Here.
Alderman Bushman.
Here.
Mr. Mayor, you have a quorum.
Thank you, Biddy. Would you all please rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Well, welcome again, everybody. First item on the agenda is reports of city officers, comments by the mayor. I would like to introduce Suzanne Wetterling and Carol Wynn of the Deer Path Art League for the presentation of the Deer Path Art League annual Student Art Awards.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor, members of the City Council, parents, and students. And welcome to the Mayoral Awards Ceremony for Emerging Artists. I'm Carol Wynn, and I'm here with Suzanne Wetterling of the Deer Path Art League. The Deer Path Art League was formed in 1954 to promote an active interest in the visual arts within our community. The League's mission, which is as relevant today as it was 66 years ago, is to spark, nurture, and enhance creativity, as well as raise awareness and appreciation of arts in the community. It is with this mission in focus that we sponsored our 13th annual Emerging Artist exhibit. This year's exhibit was once again held at the gallery in Lake Forest. With the help of Cecilia Lanyon, the gallery's owner, the exhibit is a great success as a showcase for student artwork. Art teachers for 13 local public and private schools submit 2D and 3D works. Students from preschool through high school are represented in the exhibit. 2 students from each school are awarded a ribbon and given them the Mayoral Award here tonight. We would like to give a special thank you to all the art teachers for helping us put this exhibit together and for the wonderful work they do with their students. I would also like to say a little note to the recipients of the award that not all the schools are called in exact order. So if you don't hear your name called along with the other recipient from your school, don't worry, it'll happen. I will now call the winner's name, and when I call your name, if you could please come up to receive your award from Mr. Mayor, that would be great. Yes, thank you. Our first student is Layla Henricks from Sheridan Elementary School.
Now, you stand over there, and one by one, we're going to end up with everybody in front of the dais here.
Take a picture again.
You can stand right in the middle.
Our next artist is Lauren Athis from Sheridan Elementary School. Eloise Eimerman from Kinderhaven Preschool Academy.
Want some water, Tess?
I'm good, thanks.
Do you want me to look up for you?
Our next artist is Colton Newsonow from Kinderhaven Preschool Academy.
My mom and daddy saw this
Future alderman.
Next up, we have Patrick O'Neill from Lake Forest Country Day School. Fallon Anderson from Lake Forest Country Day School.
Very interesting.
Lindley Fletcher from Lake Forest Country Day School. Max Collins from Lake Forest Academy. David Sweet, Lake Forest Academy. Our next student is Amanda Maychek, Cherokee Elementary School.
Why do I stay here? Where's the award? Where's the award?
Next up is Joey Cox from Everett Elementary School.
And from high school, he's a tiny one. Tiny at all.
Our next artist is Charlie Summers from Everett Elementary School.
Easy for me to say.
Blair Flavin from Lake Forest High School. Claire Carden from Lake Forest High School. Catherine O'Connor from Woodlands Academy of the Sacred Heart.
I know what that stands for.
Julia Podstalowitz from Woodlands Academy of the Sacred Heart. Matthew Lyon from Lake Bluff Middle School. Alexandrine Herrig from School of St. Mary.
Congratulations, Mary. Where's the award? Why am I doing this?
He's going to be a politician.
Allison Jenner, School of St. Mary. Jillian Dewar, Deer Path Middle School West.
What's that?
Phoebe Silver, Deer Path Middle School East.
I think they're just distinguishing fifth, sixth, and seventh grade.
Michael Bion, Deer Path Middle School East.
Gotta get this side. Mommy.
I like that one a lot.
Matthias Foster, Lake Bluff Elementary School. Ben Florjancic, Cherokee Elementary School.
Nicely done.
Abby White, Cherokee Elementary School.
Everybody,
Addie Weichner,
I got an award.
Addie Weichner, Lake Bluff Elementary School. Brady Gamrath, Lake Bluff Middle School. Caroline Leach, Deer Path Middle School West. And Anna Lance, Sheridan Elementary School. And that's it. So congratulations to all the students.
And after we take a quick city photo, we can keep the kids if all the parents want to come up and take pictures themselves.
You're obscuring the mayor.
I think it just made it work. Oh, seriously, there are a lot of cameras out there. Somebody should take that picture. Yeah.
Everybody, smile.
Got to be one good one in there.
I like that camera that just flips. Oh, no, he's doing it again. Warn us. Sports camera. I had my eyes closed on that one.
Having trouble with the lab.
Are we done? Are we not done? Did somebody tell me? Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
Nice job.
Great job.
Well done. That's great. Hi there. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Very proud of you. It's great. It's great.
Neighbors of yours?
No, we were on a
That was
cruise together.
Oh,
Yeah, did you? Yeah.
I mean, they don't want to hear the second reading.
okay. Days ago, my grandchildren went to today.
Wow, my daughter's sweet girl.
She's gonna be our age. Amy's our age.
Yes. I tell you, I wish I were back in school.
Well, the education we have in this community is just fantastic. But education these days, it's a lot of challenges there.
Very sweet.
Especially to get out of these hot issues.
Did we not do this last year? Is this Jason's second? Surely it was your last year for
Is this Jason's what?
second art, emerging artist
No,
experience?
I'm very, thank you. I'm expecting that to be.
This would be the.
Wasn't he already been on board? Did he come at the end of September?
Yeah.
January?
This is the
Quite
second.
a show. It was a big one.
Oh, there's.
I was thinking that myself.
Pardon me?
I was thinking that myself.
Hopefully their coats aren't in there.
I lose interest. They're so cute. Reflects the
I
community.
think that's changing. I know that's the problem.
Especially in an artist group, you'd think if there were an opportunity sometimes.
Congratulations.
No, it wasn't.
There goes our audience.
I know.
Well, my watch is telling me to breathe, so that's always a good idea.
We're ready to adjourn.
Someone was now out for. Someone was asking me today, so growing up in Lake Forest, what do you think you missed?
Well, there's
I didn't know how to answer it. They didn't mean it.
It's a little bit of a bubble.
Every sort of event that really helps.
This is my favorite part of this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, I think we'll get going here.
Not the whole world.
The next item on the agenda is comments by the city manager.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, members of City Council, good evening. I have one item tonight, and I'm pleased to help recognize the city and our Public Works Department for recently receiving the American Public Works Association's Lake Branch Project of the Year Award for recent upgrades to the city's water treatment facility. For some context, in 2017, the City Council approved a $9.8 million multi-year project recognizing that the treatment production infrastructure in the city's plant was becoming obsolete, and that project completed just last year, so it truly was a multi-year project. The capital investments made to our plant added much-needed treatment capacity and flexibility to support the city's water system for decades to come, and the award being presented tonight is a further reflection of the city's efforts to proactively address infrastructure challenges as they arise, and really is a testament to the incredible work of our staff down at the treatment plant and really within the entire Public Works Department, as well as the design engineers who assisted in the project, and I know they're represented here as well tonight. So recognizing that several of the aldermen at the dais tonight were not present on the council when the project was first approved, I thought it might be prudent to provide just a brief overview of the project itself before the formal award presentation. So with us this evening to review the project is Brian Hackman, with the design engineering group, Strand Associates, as well as John Hines, the APWA Lake Branch director, to present the award to the City Council and to staff.
Thank you, Jason. Mayor, alders, and staff, it's an honor tonight to be in front of you to talk about the project a little bit and give you an idea of what you spent your money on. And so this represented the team, like Jason had said, Michael Thomas and Dan Martin and John Gullidge from the city here. Sam Henderson, who's not here tonight, from Joseph J. Henderson. He was the project manager from the construction team, and myself with Strand Associates helped manage the design team and the engineering that was associated with the planning and the paperwork basically that made this happen. So from that perspective, just giving an overview of the Lake Forest water system. Obviously, the source water is from Lake Michigan. It's pumped in through the now 14 MGD cold water capacity water treatment plant, and then sent out into the distribution system. Your distribution system is supported by your neighbors, Highland Park to the south and Lake Bluff to the north. Lake Bluff gets their water from Central Lake County, Jawa. And during the design, we looked at a number of options, including privatization and interconnections with the neighboring water utility, and replacing the membrane system was sought as the best option at the time. Thank you very much. Yep. And so with that, we worked on the heart of the water plant, which is the membrane system. It's the primary filtration unit that basically separates what's in Lake Michigan from the drinking water system here in the city. And so that was the major thing that was in need of retrofit. The system is a GE Xenon, now Suez, membrane filtration facility that includes all the chemicals and things that it needs to maintain the membrane material to promote long life of the equipment. We help the computers and the electronics work together, so we also included some system supervisory controls and data acquisition upgrades. On the fourth floor, we repurposed some of the spaces within the existing facility that were originally demolished and left in place in 2004, including the fourth floor air conditioning and relocation of portions of the space to create a workshop for the operators there to work in a controlled area. And then also the chemical storage and feed system relocation. If you can imagine in this facility, there were a number of chemicals stored up on that fourth floor that, had they broken loose of their containers, would have gone on to the major electric equipment in the building and basically shorted out the water plant. So it was a significant concern. And we also considered some other optional things that were not needed as part of this project. So we're happy to report that what was set out in 2017 was the project that occurred. From a timeline perspective, and this could not have gone smoother, and really thank staff for bringing this project forward when they did, and the decisions that were made through the committee and council as well. We looked at starting to plan this when we found out the membranes were obsolete in April, starting in the following May of 2014. We walked through membrane equipment design, which basically laid the foundations for the final design, which was completed in 2016 to 2017, and then construction, which actually finished slightly ahead of schedule of what we thought 5 years ago when this timeline was released. So overall, the plan versus the actual schedule occurred right on time and were very timely. Had this schedule been adjusted one way or the other, there were some significant concerns about the water treatment facility being able to produce water for the city, and there could have been other issues during design and construction. With that, just to kind of show you some of the dirt and dust that the operators did live with there at the water plant. This was a disruption in daily life for those guys, but they handled it really well, and thank John and the team for that. Here you can see one of the old filter basins, some rebar going in for the chemical facilities. On the upper right, you can see the AquaSource facility being taken out, and the demolition of the equipment happened very quickly. And in the lower left, you can see the new chemical facilities going in on the third floor, the chemical tanks that were being used to go into those portions of the facility. Today, this is what the water treatment plant looks like with the new membrane system in place. Much different picture, very clean and sharp image of the water treatment plant. And now, instead of 8 skids, there are now 6 skids. This allows the city to maintain the membrane material that's there and potentially expand should it want to serve its neighbors to the north and south of the city. Here are some of the chemical feed areas to the left, and a major portion of that was to bring things up to code, bring things in like electronic alarms and proper ventilation for the spaces so that operators had a safe place to work on a day-to-day basis within the treatment facility. And one of the things that we had to do right up front with this whole membrane treatment system is that the way that the membranes were maintained was different than the old treatment process. And so basically the new clean in place process was automated as part of this so that the operators can automatically make up chemicals and clean the membrane modules on the upper level instead of having to carry 40-pound bags and dump them in and mix them up and be exposed to dust and other things as they were maintaining the membrane system. So significant improvement there. During the project, we also had a case where a portion of the driveway basically faulted because the underlying materials had been washed back out into Lake Michigan. And so while we completed the entire project with the water plant, the funds that weren't used for the project were brought forward to help take care of things like blacktop and resurfacing and primary access into the water treatment facility. So now not only were the internal things dealt with, but also the external and helping to, in a way, improve transportation here on the site. And so with that, this is the complete picture of the Lake Forest Drinking Water Treatment Plant improvements, and now how the operators enter into the main membrane room. This is what you would see if you go down and take a look at the plant along with the other improvements. And with that, just recognizing again, Joseph J. Henderson, who is the contractor, and staff, both with the city and Strand Associates. And I also have my wife here tonight, who I also had to thank for supporting me in this project over the last 6 years. So definitely appreciate the city's support moving through this project. So thank you very much. And with that, we have Mr. John Hines from APWA here to present the award to the city.
And I'll just add while John's coming up that staff will look to coordinate with the council scheduling a tour so that everybody can see the treatment plant in person. That'll probably happen late spring into early summer after they finish some of the roadway resurfacing that needs to occur. But it really is a tremendous facility. I was fortunate to have the chance to tour it myself, and you sense it's a pretty sophisticated operation, but until you actually get the chance to walk through it, it really is very impressive. So we'll look to find the opportunity for all of you to tour the facility as well in the next few months. John?
Thank you. And thank you for allowing me to be here. My name's John Hines, and as Jason indicated, I'm a director of Lake Branch of APWA. I'm a director because I'm the old guy on the crew. Been a public works director for about 33 years, and actually used to work for Mr. Thomas there when I was in Libertyville, and retired from there in 2015. Came this close to being director of public works in Lake Forest, believe it or not, in 1989, but I got beat out by Tom Nats, so I punch him every time I see him. At any rate, you know, what a great celebration of a project, and what a great description of the project. And I thought, what better way to celebrate, you know, a very unique public works project than to go through the 400 pages of plans page by page tonight so that you guys could see the intricacies of this. So, but we won't do that. One thing that we are really trying to do in the American Public Works Association, Lake County, and the Chicago metro area is to bring awareness to public works, to the public works projects, to the public works staff. You guys have an amazing staff, and gain a little bit of notoriety for the things that we do. All too often, the infrastructure that Public Works builds, maintains, is taken for granted. And, you know, everybody says that you turn your water on at the tap and you expect it to be fresh and good. And today it's really cold, but you expect it to be that way. And it doesn't happen just by magic. You got a little snippet of what it took to do that. And this is got a project that's got a lot of moving parts to it. So kudos to the city for recognizing the issues, facing them, spending a lot of money to do it. I know sometimes you don't have a choice, making some good decisions, hiring a really good engineering firm, and then pulling the trigger. So with that, the American Public Works Association, Lake Branch, which is a member or a part of the Chicago Metro chapter, would like to recognize the City of Lake Forest, its Public Works Department, its staff, as well as the consultants and the construction contractors with the 2020 Project of the Year Award for the environment between $5 and $25 million for the water treatment plant modifications that were made here in Lake Forest. Congratulations to you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Inviting them up here.
That's the plan.
Absolutely.
Actually, why don't you come this side? There. If you do, I'll probably last.
Hey, Bill, can we actually take one with you guys in front of the city council? It might be a better shot.
Yeah. And we'll stand up and smile too. They'll never see
We
us.
should probably stand up because we won't be,
They'll never see
we won't be in the picture otherwise.
Well, you'll organize us between.
Come on, Jed.
Underneath, Mike. Right in here, there you go. Over a little, and then to the end. Some really tall people.
Yeah, I was gonna say, this is, I need a footstool or something.
Bloomberg podium is what you
Right.
It's in pretty constant use at the moment.
Thank you.
George,
Well-
Michelle.
Oh, go ahead, Michelle.
Having been on council since May 1st, 2014, and on the Public Works Committee, I want to extend thank you to everyone that was involved in this project, and not only the Public Works Department and our advisors. Everyone worked so hard, and John, you put up with everybody, and it turned into a great thing, and you're still delivering the best water I've ever tasted. So I just want to say a big hearty thank you, and thanks for letting me be a part of this and asking you questions that, from an engineer's perspective, haven't always perhaps seemed necessary. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, I was on the council too when all this was going on, and it is, it's great to see the culmination of all that work. There were some there were some challenging decisions to be made along the way, and the one objective was always the same, which was we had fabulous water before, we have even more fabulous water now, and but a lot more of it, and a much more sustainable plant. So I'm sort of looking forward to this tour myself, because I haven't seen I saw the before several years ago, but I haven't seen the after. So pictures look great. So very impressive. Thank you, guys. Yes, Alderman Rommel.
You know, I wish, I don't know if any of you are prepared tonight, but the quality of the water that we get from our faucets in this community is truly remarkable. And I'm always amazed if I go into an office building and they have water coolers, because I always try to tell people it's unnecessary here, which is such a, we're so fortunate for that. And it's because of these projects, and it's because the city has invested the money in these facilities that we can say that, and that we can feel so good about the water that we can drink straight out of our tap. It not only tastes wonderful, but the chemicals are pretty much gone at this point, as I understand it. And so it's really, it's just a wonderful health bonus for all of us here in Lake Forest. And I can't talk about it enough, and thank you.
Great.
Mr. Mayor, can I just add
Alderman.
one comment? The tour thing made me think, do we have any kind of virtual tour online of the water plant, or could we create that? Because tours are fun, but we can't, obviously, that would be very complicated to do that for everybody who's interested. But to create a virtual tour
great idea.
on the website, I think would probably be very doable when we're good to go. And just from the still pictures we saw tonight, it's a worthy subject of such a tour. So you might think about that.
That's a great idea.
It is a great idea. I'm sure we could put something together.
You know, and while you're at it, talk about the quality of
Right.
what's coming
Totally.
out
Yeah.
of your tap, too.
This
It'd be
yeah,
great, a great.
The background of that quality, absolutely. Good messaging.
I hate to know what we're pulling out of the water.
That's coming in from the intake now?
Zebra mussels and
Want a picture of that. Emperor eels.
I think, as far as I know. So, any other observations? Well, congratulations to the team. Job well done, and keep up the great work. Thank you. The next item on the agenda is opportunity for citizens to address the city council on non-agenda items. Is there anybody in the audience that would like to speak on a non-agenda item tonight? Okay, there being none, next item is are the items for omnibus vote consideration. There are 9 of them tonight. I will read them off. First is approval of the February 3rd, 2020 City Council meeting minutes. Second is consideration of an ordinance approving a fee schedule adjusting water rates for fiscal year 2021. This is for final approval. Third is approval of an ordinance amending Chapter 110 of the City Code regarding permits and amending the fee schedule for special event and commercial filming requests, also final approval. Fourth is an award of a bid for replacement of a pickup truck for the fire department to Paulman GMC Buick in the amount of $32,120, included in the fiscal year 2021 capital equipment budget. Fifth is the award of a bid for the replacement of a command vehicle for the fire department to Paulman GMC Buick in the amount of $32,316, included in the fiscal year 2021 capital equipment budget. Sixth is approval to purchase 1 replacement marked supervisor police vehicle, included in the fiscal year 2021 capital budget, to the Illinois State Contract Law low bidder, Miles Chevrolet, in the amount of $38,142. Seventh is request for the city council to increase the approved purchase amount of $26,765 approved on March 18th, 2019 for furniture from the Frank Cooney Company used to furnish newly renovated police department records and community areas, increased to $31,178.16. Eighth is consideration of ordinances approving recommendations from the Zoning Board of Appeals, first reading, and if desired by the City Council, final approval. And ninth is consideration of ordinances approving recommendations from the Building Review Board, first reading, and if desired by the City Council, final approval. Is there any item here that any member of the council would like to be removed or taken separately? There being none, I would entertain a motion to approve all 9 of the omnibus vote items as presented.
So moved.
Second?
Okay, roll call vote, please.
Alderman Weidler.
Aye.
Alderman Morris.
Aye.
Alderman Notes.
Aye.
Alderman Rommel.
Aye.
Alderman Kashkarian.
Aye.
Alderman Moreno.
Aye.
Alderman Bushman.
Aye.
7 yea, 0 nay. Motion carries.
Thank you. Any other items that any of the members of the city council would like to discuss tonight? There being none, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Good night, everyone.
A record.
That was nice.
No, I think we did
Wow.
it in 10 minutes or something.